What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So a lot has happened since I've been gone, and I like to address it considering the fact that a lot of it has to do with gaming, just to give my 2 cents about it and kind of go from there. So Nintendo had announced that there's going to be price hikes for their Nintendo Switch 2 and all their games, and since that happened, a lot of other third-party companies has been salivating at the possibility of the idea of raising their prices for their games. And one fan, I guess, had talked to, and this is who we're going to talk about, is Pitchford. But I guess somebody had to message him on X about the idea or the possibility of Borderlands 4 that's coming out this September, the possibility of its price going up to $80. And Pitchford on X had replied to him, and with this tweet right here, he goes, A, not my call, and B, if you are a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. Oh my god. So I want to address that real quick because this is the problem a lot of these people have that makes me so annoyed. First things first, you know what that Starflight for Sega Genesis had, or should I say didn't have, was, I don't know, a season pass, expansion passes, microtransactions. This is where I have a problem. See, the thing is that you're not paying $80 for a complete game. You're paying $80 for a base game. You see, him as a consumer who paid $80 back in the day, just paid $80 back in the day. You as a consumer today who wants a full-fledged experience with your Borderlands 4, you have to pay $80 for a base game, and then $30 to $40 for a season pass, and $30 to $40 for an expansion pass to the season pass, and then $30 to $40 for a special person mission to the expansion to the season pass, and then another $30 to $40 for a season pass 2. And then another $30 to $40 to $50, however much they want to screw you over with, for another expansion to the Season Pass 2, to the expansion to another Season Pass. So no, Randy Pitchford, it's not just about $80 for a base game. It's not $80 for a game. It's what comes after. It reminds me of another thing I saw just recently about all this price hike stuff. I saw this one right here where it says, games on average were $59 back in 2005. That's like $97 today. We are still getting games at a bargain. $80 for an unlimited entertainment is a steal. You know what else, again, what those games didn't have back then in 2005? That's right, season passes and microtransactions. Yes, $59, $97 in today's money is, in my opinion, justifiable to pay that much because you bought one purchase price for a game, and that's all you got. You did get unlimited hours for a one-time purchase price. I guess the thing here is this: is that I don't mind the idea of us paying $80 for the game. That is, however, that is if we are getting a full-fledged game at launch, meaning we get the game with no bugs. We get the game with all of its DLC content, or just all of its content that it should have at day one. And for $80, that's it. I don't have to pay you anymore. But that's not what these game companies do anymore. So no, it's not just $80. It's what comes after that. And you know they're gonna do this, and that's the thing, is like, they're gonna do this. And what makes it even worse than anything, especially something like Borderlands, a lot of these companies will make you pay almost $200 plus to get the full game experience, but then later re-release a Game of the Year edition or the Ultimate edition or some sort of edition that has all the content on there for a fraction of the price. Why would I want to pay your game? Why would I want to spend money on your game at day one? Why? When I can literally get it for cheap later. Especially now since you've gone up more. Which I think everyone's just missing the mark on this whole price hike deal. I mean, a lot of people I've watched are saying that the reason why Doom Eternal's sales on Steam were lower than Doom Eternal's sales was because it went up an extra $10. And I don't think so. I mean, there's so many stipulations behind it, but I just don't think it's just the extra $10. I think it's more like, because a lot of times a lot of people have paid more for. I just don't see it being the $10 thing. I don't know. For me, it just that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe there's something more to it than that. But I've heard that the game has to be an always online component on it. Now that could be maybe people were playing it on Game Pass, and again, I don't know because I don't have a copy of it and I don't have Game Pass. I thought maybe like with Game Pass you have to show that, you know, you're online to use Game Pass, so maybe that's what it is. People are saying it has to be always online because they're playing the Game Pass version, so maybe that's why. But I don't know. I just don't. The whole idea that Doom Eternal has low sales because of an extra $10, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But I've also seen articles about how Doom Eternal's pre-orders were all dropped because everyone figured out that the game is not even on the disc. It's just a verification, authentication key card or key thing. And so maybe that's why people are realizing, like, hey, you know, I'm not paying, you know, $70 if I don't have the game with me. I mean, they'll just do is go on Game Pass, play it for a month, cancel the Game Pass subscription. So there you go. I guess that's what they're wanting to do. It'll be cheaper that way. And yeah, since Microsoft owns Bethesda, which, you know, that's another thing they're trying to do. Go back to like the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It has it where you have to have an internet requirement to download the other parts of the game. And I think that's what Microsoft is doing. Like, they don't want you to play these games, you know, physically anymore. They want you to be on their Game Pass, or they just don't want you to own it, I guess. You know, remember when we had such a big funk about it back in the day in 2013 with the whole Xbox One and the always online DRM policy? Well, this is something close to that, I guess. Again, they were always going to do it. Makes sense now why they bought all those publishers. They're still trying to push that idea. An always online console. Yeah, I'm not even looking forward to the Gears of War one for PlayStation 4 being released. They said it's going to be a physical game, but I can guarantee you that, again, will be another, you know, Doom Eternal situation where it's only a megabyte on it. It's just an activation key. God, I hate gaming now. If I'm paying $80, I want value out of that game. I don't find value out of fun. Well, don't get me wrong, I don't mind the fun part, but there's, like, I want more out of my game. If I want to resell it to somebody, or give it to somebody, or return it, I have that option to do so and get my money back. Right now, you don't even have, as far as I know, on PlayStation and Xbox, and other than that, Steam has a 2-hour policy to return stuff. The returning policy on online-only games are kind of not good right now. That's the thing, and they're trying their hardest to get you to do it where it's always online all the time. This is from my perspective. So the thing is why do I need to pay you $70 to $80 for a game that I don't physically have? I mean, if my internet goes down, or I can't afford my internet, you know, maybe it's just too much, it costs too much, so I have to cancel my internet subscription. What am I to do? All those games I bought is just done with, over with? Not only am I going to be paying all this money for all these games, but I have to have an internet connection to play these games, and if I don't have internet, I'm screwed. Like, is this how we really wanted it to go? Then if that's the way it's gonna go, then I just, there's no point of doing this hobby anymore. And it is just that is. It's a hobby. I don't want my hobby to get super expensive. It's just like they just want to nickel and dime us so dang much. I don't get this. I do not understand this. But I guess in some ways it's our fault. Anytime I've tried to explain to people that, when you buy these season passes, when you buy this extra stuff, you're not really getting more to your game. They literally have probably already made that at the very beginning and waited to piece that out year by year. That's how these investors want these companies to do these things. So, and the whole idea that it's because of tariffs they have to raise the price for these games. Okay, I understand maybe if the shipment of games coming from across an ocean probably needs to go up because of these tariffs. But that doesn't explain the digital prices. Now, I may not be an expert on all of that stuff, but I don't think a digital game has to go over any ocean other than the World Wide Web and to download to your game system. So why do you have the justification for the digital copy to be so expensive? I'm not understanding that. It can't be because of tariffs. Tariffs are for physical commodities, not digital ones. So I don't know about that one. That doesn't make any sense to me. All right, I feel like I'm just rambling on here a little too long, so I'm gonna end this video. Look, the way the game is going is not good. I don't know what else to really say about it. To clarify, like I said before, like $80 for me is fine, but that is if the game is complete. That's it. But we know they don't complete these games. We know they're not fully finished. And so, with GTA 6 around the corner that everybody's looking forward to, people are saying that one's going to be over $100. It's just, but we know they're going to be add-ons to it. So it's not, it's not just a one-time purchase price. That's all I'm saying. It's not just a one-time purchase price. Yeah, anyways, I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than this. This is getting ridiculous, and people are already struggling with paying stuff, so making this even more expensive is stupid. I don't know what else to really say. If we have to scale back our game developing, I think it needs to be done. I don't know. This is ridiculous. So, anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. I know I rambled a little too much on this one. I just wanted to vent, I guess. So, y'all have a good one, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all take care.